Minecraft's newest update literally added 0 unique features. The only things that they implemented were the golden dandelion, a variant of the regular dandelion, and baby mob retextures. But why? Why is the new update so small compared to the others? Did Mojang get lazy? Or is this hinting toward a huge update soon? No, Mojang is not lazy. And to explain that, let's look at the scale of the newest update. It's the smallest update in Minecraft history, and it's even the smallest game drop in Minecraft history. That being said, even though the golden dandelion, which is a golden dandelion, is the only item added, it is actually very useful. It's not one of those additions that'll be forgotten a month after it's added, like the sniffer. People will use this to give their baby mobs eternal youth. There are a few main reasons why the community likes the changes in this update so much. The first one is eternal youth. You know, the thing I just explained. The second one is cuteness. It's been coined the cutest drop ever, and basically everyone has been agreeing that most of the mobs in this update look cute. The third reason is pixel consistency. It's basically so that the resolution of the new textures fit the scale of the pixels already in the game. And the fourth reason is because of marketing. And no, not the marketplace. You see, instead of adding new mobs, which would take creativity and time, Mojang can cut corners by making new textures and models for existing mobs, and then making plushes out of them. This was seen with the Spring to Life drop, and history is repeating itself. This one is especially more marketable because of the fact that it's for baby mobs. So why is this update so small? Well, to answer that, we need to look at 3 possibilities of what could realistically happen after the update. And the third one might just explain it entirely. The first possibility is that 26.1, which is the version name for the new update, is actually a fluke, and the next drops will be reasonably sized. This seems like a very likely possibility, especially since this drop has dramatically decreased in size from the last few drops. Mounts of Mayhem, which was the previous drop, had spears, nut-alike, camel husks, zombie horses, etc. The Copper Age, which was the drop before Mounts of Mayhem, added like a billion new copper blocks and items. So this new update definitely brings a dramatic decrease in additions, which is the evidence I have for it being a fluke. The other possibility is a bit sadder. It's that this is now the standard size for game drops from now on. Every season, we'll get a game drop that changes some things and adds like 1 to 5 new blocks, items, and or mobs. This would be way smaller than what we've been used to over the past few years, and it would probably damage the popularity of the game. But this possibility, while possible, is very unlikely, so you don't really have to worry about it. The third possibility, which is the most interesting and the most exciting, and it's actually pretty realistic, is that Mojang is making a small drop this time because they're spending most of their time on a big update. Now this might seem far-fetched, but believe it or not, this has already happened 7 years ago. If you're an OG, you remember when the Village and Pillage update released in 2019. It's basically the marker between old and new Minecraft, because it updated villages, outdated textures, added pillagers, added raid farms, a whole bunch of stuff. But there is one huge problem. 1.14 made Minecraft tank its performance and allowed many glitches to arise. Multiple videos have been made on just this topic, and Mojang definitely noticed how bad the game was getting after the huge update, so they planned their next update very carefully. The next update would be 1.15, the Buzzy Bees update. You may know this update for adding bees, honey blocks, and that's it. Yeah, those are basically the only 2 important things from the update, besides honeycomb if you like signs, I guess. At first glance, the Buzzy Bees update was very small. It only added bees, beehives, bee nests, honey bottles, honey blocks, honeycomb blocks, and like nothing else. This was marked as a major update, but it's not very obvious why at first. You see, Mojang kinda needed half a year to fix most of the problems that sprouted from Village and Pillage, among other updates that were piling up. This time, the performance was better and there were less glitches. Now, of course, this update wasn't perfect, but it was still pretty good. To the naked eye, though, this update was still pretty small. But what happened after 1.15 released? That's right, 1.16, the Nether update, which was quite possibly the biggest update in modern Minecraft history, being loved by the community. And do you see what's happening now? What if Mojang is spending most of their time on a big update and therefore has less time to work on a small one? This sounds like a conspiracy theory, and I might be Charlie Day in this clip, but honestly, I really want this to happen. And with Mojang's track record, this could actually be the end update. Think about it. Sometime after we asked for another update, we got another update. Sometime after we asked for a cave update, we got a cave update. Or 2, or 3, or 4, but the point is that Mojang gave us what we asked for. Combine this with the fact that the end update is currently the most requested update, and you've got yourself a pretty undeniable turn of events. The community has been asking Mojang for an end update for multiple years at this point. Now, in another video, I talked about why Microsoft doesn't want an end update, and if you want to know why, then you should watch it after this one, but that won't stop Mojang from giving us her #1 wish. Now, I know that people have been snorting copium and hopium for years at this point about the end update. I even said that it would come out for 1.22. That aged like a block block of dirt next to an Enderman. But the more this stuff happens, the more likely the end update is. And I haven't even mentioned the teasers yet. Mojang has been releasing teaser after teaser about the end update for years. Their most recent being a short form video of placing eyes in an underportal. These cannot be coincidences, man. Mojang must be working on an end update, but we don't know when it'll come out. The release date causes a bit of confusion thanks to the fact that we don't know whether it's a game drop or a major update. But due to them changing the entire numbering system to fit game drop numbers, and the fact that the last major update was released nearly 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure that it'll still be a game drop. And if this is the end update that we've been hoping for, they will probably either save it for summer or winter, because that's when the most people are online. If it's just like a normal game drop though, it'll most likely be released this spring. It would be a banger update schedule to put the major end update in winter though. The problem with it being a game drop, of course, is that it'll disappoint a lot of people. Because of the sheer enthusiasm of this update, people will expect it to be huge. But if it's just the size of the average game drop, it'll probably only add stuff like shulker variants and, I don't know, a new enchantment for the elytra. But we're mistaken if we only look inside the end dimension itself. Because how do you even get there? I'll use an example from the Nether update. Before 1.16 was released, players needed to manually build a 4x5 rectangle made of obsidian, then light it with flint and steel. Not only was this completely arbitrary, but it also blocked most new players learning the game on their own from accessing an entire dimension, or two. So in 1.16, Mojang implemented ruined portals. These things give very big hints about how nether portals should be built, and when completed and lit, it takes you to the dimension. Much better than the system before. So what if we apply that to the Stronghold? Unlike the Nether, you cannot build an end portal in vanilla survival without commands. Instead, you have to search for one, whether it's just exploring and being lucky or throwing Eyes of Ender. This entire search for the Stronghold could be reworked. I find it interesting that basically the only thing that Mojang didn't change in the Nether update was the way fortresses work. Since the year 2011, which was before some of you were born, fortresses have just been structures in the Nether with loot chests, netherwort, blazes, and wither skeletons. That's literally all that's in a fortress. Perhaps Mojang could redesign the Nether fortress to fit a more modern system, and make finding the Stronghold more fun. This would also completely change modern speedrunning though. More about the Stronghold itself, maybe they could redesign the entire thing. Similar to the Nether fortress, the Stronghold looks like a 2011 Minecraft build, because it is. So maybe, like the villages, they could change that. Since Strongholds mainly spawn in deep slate layers, maybe they could redesign Strongholds to have a bit more of an ancient city block palette. And as for its new rooms, maybe there could be like a redstone room, or a trap room, or a fake end portal room. My current status is that if 26.2 is the end update, or I guess 26.3 or 26.4, it'll most likely largely change the way Strongholds are designed. But that's all of my conspiracy theory concluded. If you want to watch another video that YouTube specifically picked out for you, then click the one on screen. Anyway, thanks for watching this UIT Minecraft video, Matthew715, and until next time, undefeatable army.